What's up everybody, welcome back to Screen Technicals. Today in this video we are going to deal with our, you can say, the orders page, right? This means when I click on this, I want to increment this and I want to add my order to my database, right? So in the previous video we have only created, you can say, our orders model, right? That is, you can say, this one, right? So in this video we are going to create the logic behind that, right? So what we are going to do is just open up the views.py, right? And everything we are going to do inside, you can say, this menu, right? At this point. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to use the try except block, right? Try pass, then okay, it will be except, okay, except exception, just like that, and it will be simply pass, right? So we'll be doing here something, right? So let's first start doing our try block, right? I'm going to check first if my request dot user exists. If my request dot user exists, then I want to fetch all my pizzas. So right here, pizzas, okay, pizzas equals to pizza dot, pizza dot objects dot all, right? And then I want to fetch my current user, so it is current underscore user, right? Current user will be request dot user, right? And I want to fetch its username, so actually it will be request user dot username, just like this, right? And after that I want to fetch my current user model, right? So for that I'm going to write here user will be equals to user dot objects, okay, objects dot filter, right? And I want to filter my username, so user name will be current user, just like that, right? And I want to fetch the first user, right? That is the particular user. I'm just going to fetch the particular user, but this is going to give me a list, so I don't want the list, I want the instance of it. So I'm going to write here dot first, just like this, okay? See this much, okay? Now after this what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch my order of this particular user, the user who is logged in. So I want to fetch the orders of this particular user. So I'm going to write here order, this will be equals to orders dot objects, right? Okay, it is, we have to fetch the orders, right? So where is that? Pizza, and I want to fetch my orders, so it will be orders, right? So it will be orders dot objects dot filter, right? And I want to filter my user, right, that we have created in our, you can say, at this point you can see this user. So I'm going to using this I want to filter my orders, right? So at this point this will be equals to this user, right? So if the so I'm just filtering, you can say, my orders of my particular user, right, who is actually logged in, right? So this is going to give me the orders, all the orders of my, you can say, actually it is going to return me a query set of my of this user, right? The orders of this user, right? And then the first thing that I want to do at this point, I want to you can say, I want to fetch my total orders, that is total, okay, this total, you can say, number of orders, okay, it is orders, right? And then for that what I'm going to do is first I'm going to check, right, if request dot user exists, and I want to import one more thing, that is the anonymous user. This is anonymous user, right? So I want to check that if the request dot user is not an anonymous user, right? If request dot user is not equals to anonymous user, right? Give the this type, right? Give the braces, and then inside this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch my current, you can say current user, right? And that is request dot user, and then I want to fetch the orders of my current user, all the orders of my current user, right? So in this case it is if I am going to write here orders of, right, or you can say just like this, orders of current user, okay, user, just like this, and it will be equals to orders dot, okay, it is orders. I want to fetch all the orders dot objects dot filter user, which will be equals to current user, right? And then I'm going to create an empty list. I'm just going to explain you what I'm doing actually, right? Just keep doing what I'm doing, just keep following it, and I will be explaining you in just a minute, right? So what I'm going to do is total orders, okay, it is total orders, just like this, and I'm going to create a list for this. So I'm going to write here total order list, and it will be an empty list, right? And then using the for loop, I want to fetch the particular instances of this, you can say, of this query set, right? So I'm going to write here pizza order, right, in orders of the current user. So I'm going to fetch the instances, all the instances, you can say, of this query set, that is the order of my current user, right? And inside this I want to fetch the quantity, which will be equals to pizza order dot quantity, just like this. And then I want to, you can say, append this quantity to this order list, right? So I'm going to write here total order list, right, dot append. I want to append, you can see, this quantity, right, just like that. And after that I'm going to just get my total orders. So I'm going to write here total, okay, total orders, right? This will be equals to sum of, you can say, sum of all the elements, or all, you can say, all the numbers that is inside, you can say, that is appended inside, you can say, this, you can say, this list. So just write here total order list, right? So this is actually, you can say, a method by which you can just you can say, just do the summation of all the, you can say, appended orders, or you can say all the elements which it contains, right? So I want to do these things, right? And if my request.user do not exist, or if it is an anonymous user, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to write here else, right, simply else. I'm going to make my total orders to be 0, simple, right? Now after this what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you can say, pass my total orders, right, to my to this page, right, to my menu page. So I'm just going to pass that just like this, right? And then I'm going to show this on my menu.html page, right? But it is not in our menu. So for that we have to go to our base.html, right? And at this point you can find this orders, right? After this you can see this thing. I'm going to check first, right? So I'm going to check that if my total, or just paste that thing, the total orders, if this exists, right? If this exists, then I want to display this, right? Else, okay, it is else, just like this. Just copy paste, just like this. Now I'm going to copy this just like this, and then I'm going to change this to my total orders, just like this, right? Now save this other thing. If I just go to this, go to my browser and refresh the page, you can see it is 0, right? Now we are going to increment this, okay, because we don't have any type of order still right now, right? So let's go to our menu.html, and as you can see we have to do some checks at this point. So for that we have to go to our views.py, and at this point we are going to do that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this thing and paste it at this point, because I will be using this again, just like this. And then I'm going to fetch my, you can say, first object of my current user, because if that will exist, then I want to do that, right? So what I'm going to do is I want to fetch my, you can say, first object, right? I want to fetch my first object of current user, right? So actually I want to fetch the first object of my current user. So this will be equals to orders, right, of current user dot cost, right? It's pretty much simple, right? And I want to pass this thing to my, you can say, to this thing, to this part, right? So just paste this. I'm just passing that in my context, right? And go to the menu.html. So at this point I'm going to check that if my order is confirmed or not, right? So I'm going to write here if the first object of my current user dot is underscore confirmed, right, which is by default false, right? If it is confirmed, it is equals to, which is by default false, right? Just like this, right? If it is false, or if it is you can say if it is not exist, right? If it does not exist, right? So I want to check if it is not, right? Just like this. And then what I will do is, then I want to do this, right? Because if my order is confirmed, then I don't want to take orders anymore, because once the order is confirmed, and after that if the user is able to, you can say, create more orders, you can say update that particular order, then it's going to create, you can say, confusion at the, you can say, at the owner's side, right? At the pizza shop side. So I don't want to create that confusion, right? So that's why I'm just creating this check. Now I'm going to add a else at this point, right? And I'm just going to copy this button and just change the class of this, right? So I'm going to give it a class of, it will be btn underscore none. This means it's not going to accept any type of, you can say, it's not going to submit anything, right? So the type will be simply button, right? So it's not going to, you can say, submit the form anymore. All right, so let's refresh the page and let's see. Yeah, we can see this thing, right? Now if the order is confirmed, then we are not going to see this. Let's try to do that. Let's say creating an order, right? So the user will be admin, pizza name, let's say American Pizza, description will be, let's say this is an, okay, not an, this is a tasty pizza. Control C, just like this. And then I want the pizza price to be 2.6, right? Order is confirmed, quantity will be 1. Save this thing and let's refresh this page, right? And still now we are getting this, right? So we're going to see that how we are going to fix that, right? Okay, now what is going to be wrong? Okay, okay, it is not btn underscore btn dash, it is btn underscore node. Save this, refresh it, and you can see this thing, right? So if you click on this, you can see this, your order is pending. Now after the delivery of this pending order, you can go for another order. Now if I clicking this, you can see this pop up because of, you can say, the JavaScript, and because of this div and this JavaScript that we have written, right? Okay, so this is pretty much simple we have done, right? Now we are going to see that if I'm going to just remove this order right now. Yes, I'm sure I'm going to delete that and just refresh it. Now I can see this thing, right? Now when I click on this, I want to increment this and I want to fetch my order in my, you can say, this orders model, right? So let's do that. Go to the views.py, right? And after this, I'm going to take my orders. So I'm going to write here a comment that is taking orders from the current user, just like this. I'm going to try first because I don't want, you can say, to display the error on my, you can say, on my website, right? So I'm going to write here if request dot post, if it is equals not requested, what is request dot method is equals to post. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch my details from my menu.html file. You can see at this point it is actually, you can say, a form, right? And I'm going to add a CSR token so that there will be no error, right? Okay, now what I'm going to fetch is, first I'm going to fetch this serial number, right? So this will be request dot post, and I'm going to fetch this, right? And the second thing that I want is this user underscore logged in, right? So copy this. This is going to give me the current user, right? This will be equals to request dot it's not request dot, right? Let's see. Okay, I'm just already passing this value at this point. So I can just write it just similar to this, right? I can write here request dot post, right? And just this thing, right? And I want to check if SNO, right, in request dot post, then I want to do these things, right? So it will just prevent us from that multi-dict key value error, right? From that error, right? Whatever it is. Now after this, I want to fetch my pizza name, right? So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write here pizza, right? Let's say I'm just writing here pizza. I can write here simply pizza underscore. This will be equals to my, okay, it is pizza dot objects dot filter, and I'm going to filter it using that serial number, the SNO. It will be equals to SNO, right? Dot first, right? And then I want to fetch, you can say, because it is going to give me the particular pizza which I'm going to, you can say, click. If I click on this card, then I'm going to fetch the details only of this pizza card, right? And if I click on this, then I want to fetch the details of this pizza, and if I click on this, then I want to fetch the details of this pizza. So this is we can do using this filter, this serial number, right? Because it will be unique for every pizza, right? Now after that, I want to get the pizza name, so I'm writing here p underscore, let's say, name. This will be equals to pizza underscore dot pizza underscore name, right? Replicate this thing. Now I'm going to change this to DESC, right? And then this to price, just like that. So I'm actually fetching my pizza name, pizza description, and pizza price of that particular pizza which contains this serial number, right? And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to you can say, create my order, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write here orders, okay, orders. So this will be equals to orders, and I want to, you can say, create the order. So to create the orders, this is the pretty much simple syntax. So the first name that we have is pizza underscore name, and this will be equals to p underscore name, right? And the second that we have is pizza underscore description, which is equals to p underscore DESC. Then we have our pizza underscore price, which will be equals to it will be p underscore price, right? And then we have to just pass our user, right? So just give the comma right here, user user. This will be equals to our current user. So I'm going to write here user underscore logged in, or you can just write here, it is pretty much simple. You can just simply write here user, because you can say our user at this one, you can say it is our the current user, the current logged in user. So I want to fetch that user, right? So actually we don't need this thing, so comment this out, right? And then I want to save my order. So here orders dot save. Okay, save, just like that. Save this thing. Now let's go to this. Okay, it's showing us an error because we have to give the accept even, right? So I'm going to write here accept exception simply, and I'm going to write here pass. Save this thing. Now go to the browser, just refresh it, and let's try to add, you can say, one order. So let's first check our manual HTML that we have just given the path. Okay, we have to give that at this point, so it will be slash menu slash. Save this thing, right? Okay, refresh it again, and let's try. Click on this, and let's go to this point, refresh it, and you can see this. We have got this American pizza, and you can see this thing, the pizza price, and the user is actually admin, and it is not confirmed yet, and the quantity is 1, right? And if I will just click on this again and just refresh this, we'll click on this orders, and you can see that we have 2 pizzas. So what I want to do is I want to, you can say, actually want to increase this quantity. So what can I do is just go to the VS Code, go to the user.py, and at this point, before saving the order, I want to check if, okay, for that we have to create that. So I'm going to create all orders, right? This will be equals to orders, okay, orders dot objects, okay, objects dot filter. So actually I want to filter, you can say, the orders of my particular logged in user. So I'm going to write here user, okay, it is user. This will be equals to user, and then the pizza name, right? The pizza underscore name, that will be, you can say, equals to p underscore name. This means I want to fetch you can say the order of this particular user and of this particular pizza name, right? I want to fetch all the orders that contains this pizza name and this particular user, right? That is pretty much simple, right? And then I'm going to check if not all orders, right? If not all orders, then I want to do this, right? Because if any type of, because you can see at this point we have so this means what I'm doing is, you can see at this point we have this 2 pizza instances of the same thing we have created, right? So actually this is I'm checking, so this is, I'm just checking that if any pizza is, if there is no pizza, right? So I'm just checking that if there is no pizza, right? If there is if none of the pizza exists with this current user and with this current pizza name, then I want to create the pizza first. But if, you can say, but if this all orders exist, right, I can write here else, right? If any one of this instance if already exists in my database, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you can say, increment my quantity. So for that I want to create, I'm going to write here order. Let's say I'm just writing here order and just naming it as b underscore. This will be equals to orders, right? Orders dot objects dot, okay, this objects dot filter, right? Filter, and I'm going to filter, you can say, the particular, you can say, pizza and the user. So I'm going to write here user, okay, user. This will be equals to request dot user, or you can simply write here user, right? Give a comma and the pizza underscore name right? Okay, this pizza underscore name, not dash. So pizza underscore name, this will be equals to p underscore name, right? Just like that. And then I want to fetch the quantity of this, you can say, of this order, right? So I'm going to write here order underscore quantity, right? This will be equals to order underscore dot first, right? Dot quantity, just like this. So actually just, you can say, the first thing I'm just checking that if any instance of this particular pizza, right, if any instance of the particular user which contains this user and this pizza, if it exists, right, then I want to do this thing. If it does not exist, then I want to create the first instance of that particular order. Actually this is creating the only the first instance, and this is creating and this is not creating the first instance, it is actually incrementing the quantity of this particular instance. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check if order, you can say, if the order underscore quantity, if it is equals to 0, right? This means if this order is not present in our database, right? If it is 0, right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase this, right? I'm going to update that order, right? That order quantity, right? That order underscore, not order quantity. I'm going to update the order, right? So I'm going to update the order, you can say, quantity, right? So I'm going to write here order underscore update. So I'm going to update the quantity of this order. So this will be quantity. I'm going to update the quantity tt of quantity to 1, just like that. Okay, and then I want to return redirect to menu page, just like that. Save this thing, and then if, right, if it is not 0, let's say if it is 1 or it is greater than 1, then I want to increment its value by 1, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write here order underscore quantity will be plus equals to 1. So I'm just incrementing that, right? And then I'm just going to update the quantity of this order. So I'm going to order, okay, order underscore dot update, right, quantity, right, and this will be equals to order underscore quantity, and then I'm going to do the same thing that I have done at this point. Save this thing. Now let's try it. Refresh the page. Okay, now just like click on this menu page, right? Let's say I'm clicking on this, you can say it has become 4. Click on this, 6. So it is actually incrementing by 2, and the reason is because we have you can say this 2, you can say, instances, right? So let's delete both of these instances, right, first. So delete this thing, yes, I'm sure. And now let's create, right? So let's say I'm just writing here, clicking on this, it should be incrementing by 1. Okay, 1 plus 1, the 2, right? If I go to this page and just refresh it, and I'm going to see this thing, American pizza, I have 2 American pizza. Let's say I'm clicking on this again, and it should be 3. Let's say I'm clicking on this Indian pizza, this is 4, right? And that's working fine. And you can see this, okay, if you refresh it, okay, so we are not, you can say, we are not getting, you can say, the American, the Italian pizza at this point. So let's see what is going to be wrong with the Italian pizza. Okay, now the problem is in the menu.html page. You can see the value is actually, I've written here 1. So we have to just update this value according to our pizza, right? So as it is 1, so you can say the serial number of my American pizza is actually 1, right? Of this, you can say the American pizza, right? Its serial number is actually 1. So due to that, the problem is actually happening, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write here, it is okay, pizza dot sn. Save this thing. Now let's refresh the page. Now click on this Indian pizza, go to this point, click on this orders, and you can see this Indian pizza, right? Is Indian pizza, not Italian pizza, right? And let's say I'm just increasing it by 2, and let's see, it has become 2. Yeah, that's working. Now our incrementer is working perfect. Now in the next video we are going to see how can we, you can say, show you can say our orders on our orders page, and we are going to see how can we delete our orders. We are going to see how can we increment or decrement our orders from our orders page, right? And we are going to confirm our orders from the orders page, right? So thanks for watching this video, guys. Till then, take care. Bye bye.